Hey there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today I'm going to open up something that I have absolutely no idea what's in here. I didn't know this was coming. I got a email from my friend Rosie who says, I hope you don't hate me, but I sent you something. So this showed up last night on my doorstep with the mail. So I thought, well, it might be kind of fun to open up on camera since you guys got such a kick out of her last package that she sent. Rosie's a friend of mine. She has a sketchbook shop on Etsy. She's which I kind of convinced her to open because I really enjoyed the sketchbook she gave me a couple of years ago. And I'm like, man, people need to be able to get these. They're so good. People are always asking me about the sketchbooks whenever I use them. And I have to tell them, no, they're not for sale. She won't make them, but this is the person who made them. So eventually she did decide that she was going to open up her shop. So the bag says, hey, and what you've been waiting for, which is kind of cute. I don't know where she found that. I'm not going to flip it over because my address is on the other side. And I'm going to slide, I think I'll slide everything out. Oh my goodness, it's all wrapped. Aw, the Christmas present. This is crazy. Holy cow, there's more. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure if I'm going to, I'm filming this, but I'm not sure if I'm going to show it. I guess it will depend on what's in here. Because I do not know what's in here. Okay. Holy moly. It's like this bag is like Mary Poppins bag. It just keeps going and going and going. I think I got to the end. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's take a look here. I think I spotted a card. I love cards. So let's take a look here. I wonder if it's a Christmas card, I wonder. Let's see. Have a magical day. Oh, it's flower fairies. Oh, I love that artwork. Dear Lindsay, enclosed are some new sketchbooks for you to play with. On the inside of the back cover of each book, you'll find details of the type of paper used to make it. I hope they bring you inspiration and spark joy. Thanks for giving me a new lease on life, a new perspective, and new goals. Many thanks for sparking joy in all of us. Your YouTube family. Love, Rosie. XOXO, Rosie. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, wow. Let's, I don't know where to begin. Sketchbook. So I knew she was gonna experiment with some larger sizes, so I wonder if this is one of them. Let's have a look. I love this wrapping paper. This is nice. I should try to preserve it. Harken back to the day when you would be opening presents with your grandmother and she would save the paper. Paper back in the day was nicer. Now you're lucky if you can wrap a present without the paper tearing on you, but paper used to be so thick, especially like the foiled kind. This is nice thick paper. It's not foiled, but it feels nice thick. I'm trying not to rip it. Or like that awesome paper that like when the kids would come around selling papers. Ooh, that's cool. It's a rainbow thread on the binding. You know, they'd sell wrapping paper at school, and it would be so thick, like the tape wouldn't even hold. The tape would like pop open when you try to wrap a present because it was so thick and double-sided and stuff. That paper was awesome. Oh, okay, so we got rubber bands on there to hold it closed. Oh, wow, look at that. So these were made with paper from a roll, so rolled papers do tend to flower out on you like that. It's perfectly normal. My original, actually, I have it, I'll show you, it's right here. So my original sketchbook, you know, it's pretty flat. I've been using it for a few years, so I mean, it's going to be warped from the paper anyway. But, yeah, it does flatten out eventually. It just kind of has a little mind of its own to begin with. But this is a nice size. I'd say this is probably 9 by 12. This says, handmade by Rosie Garmendia. With Arches cold pressed watercolor paper, 140 pound. artsyrosie.etsy.com. Well, cool. So I think I will put those rubber bands back on, and I will keep them. Probably what I'll do is put them on a bookcase so they get kind of compressed a bit, and that will keep them from. Although it is kind of cool when they pop open like that, like a flower, but I don't think you can count on that staying that way because they will eventually flatten out. All right, let's see. These are for the other sketchbooks I've sent you. Oh, more rubber bands for the holding them closed. Holy, she's wrapping these like crazy. She must be afraid of them getting wet in the mail. which actually, I mean, probably not too far-fetched with how snowy and rainy it's been. Luckily, we have a good mail carrier. He will bring up packages and put them on the covered porch. Sometimes I've heard people find like their packages on the side of their buildings, in sheds, all in kind of crazy places. What's this? This one, oh wow, that paper's pretty. It looks kind of like a handmade paper. I love those deckled edges. Very pretty. Let's see what this paper is. This is handmade paper. Oh, Shizan handmade paper from India. I've used their watercolor paper. I wonder if this is 100% cotton, 200 GSM. It's thinner than the watercolor paper, but this might actually take watercolor, or it definitely would take gouache. But, oh, that's kind of cool. I love those colors. It's kind of really muted. That would be nice with colored pencil. I think that tooth would be nice for colored pencil too. That's fun. That one, I'll be excited to play with that one sooner rather than later. Now let's see what we have here. I'm assuming that these are up in her shop, but if not, then maybe they will be shortly. These might be experiments. Sometimes, you know, she might send something to try out before she's ready to list it, to make sure that it's holding up all right. This paper is not going to be safe. That paper was too well taped. Oh, isn't that cute? I like that size. This is 2, 3, 4, 5 by just under 4. I'd say 5 by 3 3/4. That's a really nice size. It's really nice to carry around. I like the brown and kind of like antique gold there. Oh, that's pretty. This looks like that Shizan paper too. Let me see if I'm right. Oh, it doesn't say. Let's assume I'm right. Oh no, it's on the bottom. I had it upside down. This one's made with, the Shizan handmade cold press paper. That's a nice paper. That's really nice if you have those granulating watercolors, because all that texture really makes that the granulation exaggerated. That's cute. I like that. How cool. All right, I'm gonna put these back on. I like how like kind of old worldy and steampunky that looks. I might have to make a little a band that looks leathery or something for that. That's really cute. That's also going to be a sooner rather than later sketchbook. I need to finish up some of my bigger sketchbooks before I start working on that big mama over there, because and plus it'll give it a little time to flatten out a bit. It'll probably flatten out faster if I do paint on it though, because once you add water, you can kind of reform the pages, give the pages a new memory. Instead of the memory of the roll, right now the pages have the memory of being on the roll. So when you paint on it and you have it like pressed open and stuff, it's just going to give the paper a new memory. That makes sense. You know, like memory foam shoes, I think. I don't know. This one says, "This is what makes me happy. Hug in a mug." Oh, that's cute. A little collaged cover. Well, these are, what size is this? It's about 3 by 4. That's a neat little size. That'd be a neat little scrapbook size too, if you had one of those little mini printers where you could print photos from your from like your phone, and then you could do. I actually have one of those, but it stopped working properly, and I don't know if I can repair it or not. And I have all this extra film for it, but I don't. It's a Polaroid brand. I don't know if the, you know, it's like I hate to buy another one and have a break again, but I have all that film that I feel like it's so wasteful to. I don't know. I should investigate that, because that would be really cute to take as a little travel journal, a little travel sketchbook. That's really cute. That one needs to press out a little bit too, or be worked in so that it flattens. My goodness gracious, what is this? I'm not going to need any new sketchbooks for a while. I was just kind of like every year between Christmas and New Year's, I like to go through and kind of put my hands on my supplies and see what I'm getting low on. A spoiler alert, nothing. See what I might need to reorder, see what I'm not into anymore, assess whether I think I'll be into it again, that sort of thing. I think this might be scrapbook paper, actually. It's so thick. And just kind of reevaluate everything. And I definitely am not going to need any more sketchbooks this year. I was thinking about these. I should do like a no buy, because I have so much. Not that I shop a lot, but in my line of work I end up with a lot of supplies. Let's see, this is Shizan handmade pastel paper. Ooh, now, you know what? I think that's the same paper that was in that smaller book. I love these edges. I like working in sketchbooks because I don't enjoy framing. I used to do framing professionally, picture framing professionally, and I am so over it. I do not like picture framing. Even my own stuff, it's just kind of like, the fun part is doing it. So I like working in sketchbooks because then you can just set a sketchbook out, people can look through it, or you can look through it. You don't need to do anything else to it. It's done. Once it's done, it's in the sketchbook, it's done. That's what I'm going to do with it. It's done. It's right there. I rarely sell my work, so that's neat. I like those colors. I'll be interested to work on that. I'll be interested to work on that in colored pencil. I don't know about pastels in a sketchbook. I don't know if I would, if I would like that so much, just because of the rubbing onto the opposing pages. But definitely colored pencil. That's neat. I didn't even know they made pastel paper. I'm really curious about that. It kind of reminds me of the old oh shoot, who made it? The Ingres? Fabriano Ingres paper. It's got that inlaid like linear grooves to the paper. It's very subtle, but that's what that reminds me of. I wonder if they use the same type of plates, the same type of machine. So let's see what this one is. Man, she has been busy. I like that washi tape she's using. I was also resetting my office and putting away all my Christmas product, all the stuff I use for wrapping presents and making tags and making Christmas cards and all that stuff, and putting that away. And I found that I had quite a few empty drawers in the storage area, so I decided to make one drawer just Christmas, because I just kind of had stuff. I had my Christmas washi tape with my regular washi tape, and I thought, you know, I'm only using that at Christmas time. I should just put that in Christmas with a few other Christmas things, like leftovers, mainly like cut aparts from paper and die cuts, leftover die cuts, and leftover colored images and stuff like that, and just put that away in there so I can use them next year for Christmas when I want to make up some quick tags or cards or whatnot. Oh, I think this is some more of that same pastel paper. It feels the same. I love the little flecks. This company that makes the paper, I believe they use textile waste to make their papers. Because it's like recycled, 100% cotton. I think they're using like scraps from the garment industry to do theirs, which I didn't think you could actually do. I thought you had to use the linters from the kernels, the cotton kernels, but apparently they can make paper from the textile waste, and probably even from used clothing if they can find 100% cotton, because even something I found out reading this book called Secondhand, even like shirts that say 100% cotton can actually have some other fibers in them. So it's really dangerous for when they sell the used clothing for rags, because if they're selling it to like oil refineries and places that use a lot of grease on like machinery, and that's meant for like wiping out grease, that non-cotton fibers can actually spark and cause fires. So it's kind of a problem where all the fibers aren't really disclosed in the textile industry. Oh, I love those two colors next to each other. I'll have to do a Christmas layout there. That's pretty. I like that. Very nice. And we have got, looks like, one more potential sketchbook here. Maybe it's something else. I think it's a sketchbook. I think I can feel the spine. You do that at Christmas time, you're opening a present, you're feeling it and shaking it, trying to decipher what's in it. I used to do that when I was a kid, you know, root around under the tree, find something with your name on it, and see if you can figure out what it is. Ooh, this one has black pages. Ooh, this looks like the Shizen Black paper. I bought some of that at a shop in Belfast. I got a pack of 5x7 sheets, which is great because it's such a nice non-scary size you can turn into cards. This one says Shizen handmade cold press watercolor paper. Yes, from India, 100% cotton, 300 GSM. Nice. I know my paper. Well, not like it's that difficult. That difficult. Those are pretty distinct papers, but very, very cool. Oh, how fun is that? What beautiful scraps I have too. I can chop those down and use in cards and tags and all sorts of different fun things. So this says, these are handmade papers from Shizen, designed by the wife of the couple who owns the company. She's an artist. I'm thinking of carrying these in my Etsy shop, and I would love to hear what your viewers think about it. Okay, guys, you heard what she said. I want you to let me know in the comments below what you think about these papers. There are many different designs available. I would sell them at a very reasonable price in packs of assorted sizes. All right. So you get to offer your opinion. What a fun Christmas treat. Several days after Christmas. Let's see. Oh wow. This is cool. My daughter had a shirt like this. It was that pattern. It was shades of like rust. Oh, that has a distinct smell. I can't place it. It must be the ink. I think it smells almost minty, but not quite. It's not mint. It's similar to mint. I think it's probably whatever ink they used on the paper. What a distinct paper. It's not bad. It's not a bad smell, but I know some people are really really bothered by smells, and like alcohol markers will bother them, and like that one, I think it's the gold ink, I bet you, is what it is. So I want to make a mention of that. It does have that inky smell to it. It doesn't smell like an alcohol marker though. It smells. Do you remember they used to sell rubbing alcohol, but it was like wintergreen fragrance. Do you remember that? That's what it smells like. I don't think they make that anymore, but you used to be able to get this green rubbing alcohol, and it smelled like they probably don't do it anymore because maybe people drank it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure it's the gold, because it seems the papers with the gold on it have that smell to it. It must be whatever they use for the ink. That's pretty. It's a soft feeling paper, like it's very flexible, but it's fairly thick. I think this would actually be nice if you did like decoupage and you wanted like a thicker paper to go around like a shaped, like a paper mache or an egg or something like that, where you've got a shaped surface, because it feels soft, like it may be very malleable for projects like that. If you like to, like I like to cover paper mache boxes sometimes to make some pretty storage. This one's really thick. Definitely can smell the ink on that one. Yeah, I keep thinking it's 2 sheets. That one's really thick. Oh, that's pretty. It's very Eastery. What should I make with these guys? Now I'm just smelling the paper. Oh, that's pretty. That looks Indian. Like, well, paper's made in India, so that would make sense. It's funny how I wouldn't have thought the base paper of this was purple, but it is. But I guess, you know, all those shapes are printed on top of that purple paper. Well, that's funky. That's very 60s. I'm drawn more to the reds and gold, the red-gold combination and the purple-gold, those deeper colors. But spring is coming. Eventually, in Maine, in another 6 months. Because we just got into winter. That's pretty. I like that paisley design. That's really nice. I'm just trying to think how that would be on a card. The scale of that's pretty big. These actually, you know what, would be really pretty as like covers or end papers in the sketchbook. Look how pretty that would be. Like, it looks really nice with that black. Or even on the inside cover, like, so it can stay nice. You could do it on the inside cover, because, you know, sketchbook covers get a little battered. That's pretty. Yeah, these are the colors I really like. I'm really drawn to colors like that. That would be pretty to like wrap around a pencil cup, or maybe decoupage a little box to hold your like TV remotes or something like that. Of course, my living room colors are similar to that. That almost looks like fabric. It kind of feels fabric-y. I wonder if these papers are cotton too. Oh, that's interesting. This is almost like let's see. Oh, it smells like oil paint, kind of. I bet that's what it is. It's got to be the gold ink. That's got an interesting texture. I wonder how that would die cut. I would be afraid, like in a pressure die cutter, that I think it would crush it out, and I think with an electronic die cutter it would snag. So it's probably not going to be a good die cutting paper, but it's pretty. It'd be nice as an accent, I think. Like if you're doing, I don't know, something where you want a little gold or silver accent, because it's kind of like a neutral gold color. Well, that's pretty kind of a lattice work. Some of these have like very 70s vibes to me. Oh, that's the nice Father's Day pattern right there. Can you see cut like a necktie out of it or something? I know, cliche, but that's kind of a That's got that kind of almost like, I don't know, almost like a wallpaper or like the pattern on a tie or a scarf or something. It's very classy, kind of masculine. Very pretty. So you can let me know in the comments below, or let Rosie know what you think about that as being an addition to her shop, selling it in packs. I've bought packs before where you've got these Indian papers, and they're like they're chopped down like either a scrap pack, or you get half sizes like that. And that was always fun because it'd be just wide enough for a card base or to do 2 card bases, and you didn't feel bad cutting into it. Because I think sometimes when you have paper like this, it gets a little too precious, and then you're like, well, I got 1 sheet, I gotta make it, you know, work. But if you had like a quarter of a sheet, you would almost treat it like, oh, it's a scrap. Or I can just use it. Kind of like with fabric and like fat quarters. It's like if I have a fat quarter, it's like a scrap. I can use it for whatever I want. But if I had like several yards of a fabric, and I know this because I was in Boston a few years ago, and I bought a few yards of a few different fabrics that I really liked, and I have not used them because it's like, well, I can't just replace that. You know, I've got to, you know, make sure I use it for something good, and it never gets used, and I think that's a shame. So I kind of like the idea of selling smaller cuts so that you don't feel like it's precious and you have to use it up. But anyway, this was a lovely surprise. Rosie, thank you so much. Let's take a recap of the sketchbooks. So I'm not sure if these are all in her shop or not, but I will link to it so you can check it out. She's got a handmade sketchbook shop on Etsy. I like this. I have to say, I like sizes like this and smaller because, again, it's less precious. If I have like when I'm working on a big, like a 9x12, I'm kind of like thinking, well, you know, I want to make it good. I don't want to waste it. You know what I mean? But when I've got something small, it's not like, obviously I don't want to waste it, but it's not so much pressure. You know what I mean? I love this little one here. This is really cute. This would be so nice with just like a little, put my little tiny watercolor palette, just carry it in one hand even wherever I'm going. Got those. Oh, wait a minute. Then, oh wait, that's my sketchbook. That's my sketchbook that I've had for like 2 years. Oh my, it's a weird week. It's that weird week. It's that weird. It's after Christmas. It's not yet New Year's. What day is it? I don't know. What is life? What is life, friends? I don't know. Oh, this little guy too, the little collage one. That one stands out. Very, very nice. Thank you, Rosie, so much for this lovely Christmas gift. I'm assuming Christmas, since everything was all wrapped. I have to think of what I might want to do with that paper. That paper looks the grandma specially saved papers. And thank you for the beautiful card. And guys, thanks for watching. I know it's kind of fun sometimes to see different things, and I hope you enjoyed it. So without further ado, I will say farewell. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.